All right, what's going on? It's the delegation. I am the Alpha, the Omega. You mix that shit, put that shit together. You got me, Omega.
This is true.
This is Mr. Clean, Mr. Nice. Say it twice. Oh, you know what it is.
Exactly. What do you know?
Nelly now.
You know it's the Nelly now.
And we have back again.
JVYN.
Yep. Our fake friends.
Fake friends, scheming friends.
Scheming friends. We'll get into that later. But since you heard our last episode, we wanted to get a girl's perspective on friends.
Right.
Like how do you have different levels of like what we talked about in our previous podcast? Do you hold friends in certain levels? Do you have a best friend? Because I find a lot of times like girls have a really big group of friends, but they don't really have like a strong bond like with a close one or two like guys have. So give your input on friends.
Yeah, I think I don't know if it's going to be a common theme for every girl, but there is one thing sometimes when I'm in a group of guys, I always admire how close the camaraderie is. Whereas with girls, it's more, we have a connection because we're out partying together.
Right.
But coming back, it's, at the end of the day, it's like I don't really know who I could turn to. But in terms of levels of friendship, I do have a few close friends. And there are always going to be friends where it's like I only chill with them in a certain
like scenario type.
Yeah, like a certain scenario. Like I wouldn't be able to share certain things with them, but there are small things that I could share.
Right.
But for the most part, it's like I think everyone has a category almost or a slot that I can put them in terms of how I can share with them and how far I can share.
Compartmentalizing friends.
Yeah, it's like there's a lot of.
So there's levels to friendship.
There's levels to this shit.
Always levels. There's always levels. There's always levels to how much you can share with different people.
So maybe dating back to like Nelson's question, does that bother you that you can't have that kind of connection with all your friends?
No, I don't think I could handle being that close to so many friends. Like I don't know if I can keep up with
too many obligations.
with their day-to-day, because the thing is when someone is in your life, you obviously want them to make them feel as special as they make you, right? They're a priority to you as you are a priority to them.
Mm-hmm.
But then it sounds like your friendships have a lot of baggage. Or like
it's not baggage, it's maintenance. It's maintenance. So I think with
is that just with girls in general?
Exactly. So again, with you guys, if I don't talk to you guys for a year, and if I come crawling back, it's like if I scheme back.
If you scheme your way back.
If I scheme my way back into the group, it's not, you know what I mean? It's like yesterday that we all just hung out.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have that with certain girls, but I feel like with some of my, I guess, group of girlfriends, if I don't kind of keep an up to date, like, I didn't ask them how an event went, if I forgot to ask them how certain things went, it's rubbed the wrong way. It'll be like, you forgot.
You don't care.
Yeah, you didn't.
Yeah.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, like it's kind of just like, how could you not do this? And it's definitely a different conversation when you're dealing with girls' emotions. And I'm sure you guys feel that in your own, like, even relationships, right? Like, there's a little bit more effort that you have to put into when you're trying to show someone is important. Because giving a girl attention is very different than giving a guy attention. So I've just noticed that through my high school career, even my university career, like, learning how to be a friend was something for me as well. Like, I was just used to not having a lot of people in my life. And now that I do, it's learning how to maintain and show them that they're very special to me.
Right.
In their own language, because everyone has their own language of what they consider to be, like loved or whatever.
Right.
That's real. Yeah.
Right. So, like for me, it's just, again, we were talking earlier about presents or whatever we expect for our birthdays and stuff, and I was saying how friends that have done more thoughtful things, like for my birthday, I got apple juice with a friend's tag on it. Where it says, if I had to, I would pee on any one of you.
She's my friend and she needed help. If I had to, I'd pee on any one of you.
That was a joke, but that was like one of the sweetest gifts I ever got versus something tangible. Something
Yeah, because
that's
there's a lot of
Yeah,
sugar in the
yeah.
apple juice, right?
yeah.
Up in here, it's burning hot. We on fire.
Nelson coming through.
Lots of gunshots.
Yeah, it's definitely different levels of friendship, but throughout learning, I think, I don't know if it's the same with you guys, but I definitely had to learn the different languages of how everyone, wants to be treated. Right? The communication is different. I think that's the same with even with relationships. It's if you're with somebody, you need to learn how they define and even interpret what love is, or like the love language. Right? So with friends, I definitely realized I don't think I can handle a lot of girlfriends.
Yeah.
The maintenance, sometimes it's not me trying to ignore them, it's just sometimes like I'm doing other things that I just forget.
Right.
And then
So it seems like do you think girls have less friends because it's more maintenance? Because it seems like having friends that are girls is like, it's like a fucking
no, I
responsibility.
mean I don't want to say the girls are so troublesome,
Yeah.
right? But I just mean that when you have a big group, it's very hard to, and especially when you're all getting older and you're all doing different things, it's so hard sometimes to keep up with what everyone is doing.
Right.
So you drift, right? But even when I see a group of girls that are like so tight, I do feel like an envy kind of way, because I'm like, damn, I wish I could do that. But I think the person that I am, I'm not even someone that likes to talk a lot either.
Right.
Like likes to be on my phone and chatting all the time.
You can't spell gender without envy.
Ooh.
I said it.
Damn.
This episode is
Just please. Yeah, definitely a lot of different levels to friendships. I think when it comes to girls, but I might not be the best girl to ask these questions
I got
because
you.
I don't really have.
I got you.
I don't have that dynamic with a lot of different girls.
And you're more girl than any of us, so it's good enough.
Yeah. And like, next question. So like, for guys, can you have a friend that's a girl? Because like, realistically, I say no, but I only have like one friend that I actually like. JVYN's the only girl that I can be like, yeah, she's my friend.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't think like, do you guys have any friends that are girls that? Probably not, right? Yeah, with like with no other intentions, like if you want to get with them or anything, right?
Yeah.
It's
Same thing, man.
Yeah.
I'm the same boat with you.
yeah, it's a common conversation I have with different people where they say, how do I have so many platonic guy relationships? Because there's you three here,
Right.
and then like I have whatever, like whoever, but it was just all.
But you don't think those other guys have an agenda?
Don't look at me.
He's married. It's like he's married.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the agenda is filled.
No, but like
His agenda is booked for the next like 50
other
years.
than like my best friend's wife, and like you, I literally don't have any
Right.
friends that are girls.
But I think you're really good at controlling
Yes.
like outcomes and
It's nipping it in the bud, and
Yeah,
it's
you're
really
very good at that.
it's knowing how to read the intentions,
right.
the actions of a guy. So
Right.
if I was meeting a guy and I could tell we get along very well, it's gonna stream into two different lanes. Either me and him are gonna hit it off in a romantic way
Right.
or physical way, or we're gonna continue to stay friends. And if I'm just comfortable being friends, there is certain, I don't want to say techniques, but there are certain things that I will do to make sure that he understands, that story.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That makes a lot of sense. But I think also for like me and Nelson, it doesn't. It's a little different because I feel like because we know each other for a long time, we went through a lot of different phases together. Like you were dating our friend
Yeah,
at the same time too, so
Right.
like we could never actually see you like that.
exactly.
So like,
It was a little bit easier with
so
you guys.
Right,
being
right.
being a platonic friend with someone new, I don't think that's possible.
Especially with our age.
It's
Like,
our age group, right? Like
Yeah.
I'm 32, you're 33. Like I'm not trying to make a new girlfriend. Like what's the point of that?
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah.
It's not gonna fulfill me in any way. I don't think.
Yeah.
I mean, I can say it's possible only because like it's happened
Right.
to
Yeah.
me.
Right.
Okay.
Because I met Jay like.
But he's married.
I know, but still, I just mean like you know what I mean? It's just
Don't look at him, man. your intentions?
What are my schemes? What are my schemes right now?
So for guys that are in that area, right? Like, what are some telltale signs where it's like a girl is showing you signs and when a girl is not showing you
Yeah.
signs?
How do you friend zone a guy?
Yeah, how do you
And
friend zone
how
a guy?
do you la a guy?
La
Exactly.
guy.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, everyone has their methods, but
Right.
for me, it's okay. If I meet a guy, if there even was a little bit of interest, like even if I had interest, because normally when you meet someone and you guys get along and you know conversation is good,
Right.
everything's witty, picking up. Usually, everyone's first reaction is, "Oh my gosh, this might lead somewhere."
Right.
But because I have a certain amount of platonic guy friends, my instant thought is just like, "Yo, I could really hang out with this guy like as a friend." If I start feeling like he might be leaning towards, you know, the connotation that he wants to go somewhere with me, I get really, my tone, my language to him it changes like 180. I start talking a lot of slang,
Right.
a lot of things that I unsexualize myself basically.
Become unattractive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anything that I can do to kind of make it like, wow, she's very unfeminine.
Yeah.
It becomes a very easy way to just turn the guy off.
Yeah. Just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
let him
You
know
know?
when you're dropping a bomb or something.
Yeah, and I do that so often.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Yeah,
I'll just
yeah.
be like, I was like, I gotta go do a number 2, and it'll be like, yeah, and it's happened. Like the first day I meet them, you know, and sometimes that also doesn't work in my favor because
Right.
some guys actually like that. They'll be like, whoa,
Yeah,
she's so
yeah.
straightforward.
Yeah.
Like,
It makes it more comfortable.
yeah, they're like,
right?
oh, she's so
Yeah,
cool,
yeah.
she's so straightforward. And I'm like, fuck. All right, I
Yeah.
gotta do a different thing.
Yeah.
Right.
And you know, and it just depends. Like you need to learn to read the room. So if then I realize the guy might be attracted to that, I start just kind of going off and hitting on other people to show that I'm not interested. Because I just think that when you nip it in the bud, it just becomes easier that the next time you interact with each other, even if he's curious about your relationship or what might come out of it, he's more inclined to believe that nothing will come out of it.
Right. Smart.
You know, instead of and even if it's physical as well, like if he starts to come close to me, I kind of just
Get away from me, bitch!
you know, I lean the other way.
Yeah.
Like if he's right beside me and he's kind of leaning this way, like I'll lean this way. My body will be facing this way, or like anything that might give a signal.
Or sit at the furthest chair possible in the room.
Yeah.
Yes, or sit in the furthest chair.